So the big question of the day. I've just been back on, invited back to Talk TV, the Vanessa Feltz show. Great fun as usual. Really brilliant, robust discussion. And the question of the day, we were talking about remote working. There's been a report out today coming from the World Economic Forum at Davos, and Larry Fink, let me get this right, Larry Fink from BlackRock has said that people who are working from home and others, so let's not just single out Larry Fink. Now, Larry Fink said remote working, it hasn't worked. Fine. You've got other people in Wall Street saying that people who work from home are slackers. That was the word that they used. That's been the word that's all over the press headline. Now you've got Jane Fraser from Citicorp. So she is head of Citicorp in Wall Street, and she is actually more in alignment with what I'm saying, is that yes, if there are problems, now they were talking about bringing people back into the office for coaching in terms of looking at their productivity levels and wanting to see more of what we would call flexible working. Now, for those of you who don't know, because you may only know me from the coaching and the therapy side, I first became a remote working implementation consultant back in 2003. And that meant going into organizations, mainly in central and local government, to implement smart, remote, and flexible working policy and strategy. And so the whole thing nowadays, what we were calling flexible working 20 years ago, is now what people are more calling the hybrid working. So for me, it's not a black and white scenario. There is that flex there, and of course there will be things that can't be done from home. If you want to go for a haircut, you're going to go into the barbers or the hairdressers for your haircut, and yes, they could probably do a tutorial online, but are you going to get the same level of professionalism? Are you going to get those layers? Are you going to get the bounce with the curl doing it yourself from home? Probably not. So it's not saying that everyone needs to work from home. That is not it at all. But to just label people as slackers, which is what keeps being bandied about, is what I was invited on to talk about today. So it was absolutely brilliant fun with Vanessa. I'm going to see if there's a copy or a recording, because it was a great discussion. And I actually today got a chance to share some tips and some strategies for remote working, as did Max, who was on as the second guest. So it actually was a little mini masterclass, if you like, in a starter for 10 for remote working, and also for those who are leaders and managers, some of the things you could potentially be looking at with regards to not just making those blanket statements, because I've noticed that many people will judge the success of remote working by how many empty desks they've got. And then when they're at empty desks, they're getting all upset and bent out of shape. And that's really not the metric that you should be looking at. So it was a really interesting, fantastic discussion. Delighted to have been invited back. It was great fun. So that's that. Now, what I was planning to do this afternoon was to find a couple of minutes just to talk to you about the final Mind, Body, Spirit Energy Fest workshop. It's the last one that we are going to be running. So if you have been over the years thinking you would love to attend and you haven't yet done so, this is your time. If you're watching this in real time, it's happening next weekend, Saturday, the 28th of January. This is feedback following the very first one that we ran back in 2011. And this was from Amana Shaka, who attended that workshop. And this was a quote. She said, ignore the Eventbrite link. It's the bit.ly link that's going across the bottom of the screen. But Amana had said almost everything I called for when I went on the first workshop. The first MBS workshop, Mind, Body, Spirit, Energy Fest workshop, has manifested. Zero credit card debt, worked in Saudi, moved to Atlanta to be with my children, get into the vortex. So we are so looking forward to having you join us. It's the last ever event. We were planning to do the 10th event in December 2020. Of course, we know what happened with lockdown, so that didn't happen. So we did an online event during lockdown, but we really wanted to come back and officially do the 10th event in person as our final closing event. So this is from feedback from the 2019 workshop, so the last one that we ran in person. Powerful, freeing, fun, friendly, and inspiring when asked how they would describe it in a few words. And one of the things they said is the biggest impact and benefit is how I feel refreshed to go back out into Muggle world after reuniting with my lovely spiritual family in Watford. So whether you've joined us before or whether you are a new attendee, it is always a really fantastic, wonderful place to be. Everyone is super friendly. Everyone is made to feel welcome. So do come and join us. Someone else, when asked, would you recommend this event to others? They said, yes, yes, yes. They said this workshop was beyond expectation. Everything that I put on my list that I wanted to address before I got to the weekend was what came up on the course to be cleared. Amazing, refreshing, enlightening, and blissful. And what they mean by that is they had thought beforehand what they really want to work on, what they want to clear, the processes, and then it was perfectly in alignment with what myself and the wonderful Gina Batt had decided to cover. So there is always that wonderful magical synchronicity. This is Gina. He's been running it with me from day one. For those of you who don't know, she is a clairvoyant and natural clairvoyant, has been, gosh, since he was 5 or 6 years old. So if you've never done a reading with Gina, it is absolutely jaw-dropping. She's amazing. So she will be back again for our 10th and final year. We had another quick meeting this morning about plans for MBS. We did do a Facebook Live a week ago. So what I'll do is I'll find the link to that. I'll put it in the comment section, or if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, I will put it into the description. But if you want to watch that, it will give you a little sneak peek in terms of what we have got coming up for you. And if you wanted to win a clairvoyant reading with Gina Batt or a coaching session with me, I have set up a free prize draw as it's our 10th and final year. Very, very simple to enter. You just need to enter your name and your email address. What will then happen? So that's the page you're going to land on. Put your name, put your email address in. It then puts you on to the inside page. All you need to do is click a few links and buttons. You're in the prize draw. That is open until the 27th of January, and I will choose the winners on the 2nd of February. So that is it. Just wanted to do a very quick one. I'll probably do another one about the MBS just to give you a bit more insight, what we're doing, what we're covering, how it's structured. But for now, it's just a very quick reminder that if over the 10 years you have been thinking, I would love to attend that event, this is it. This is your final chance as we bring the 10-year run for the Mind, Body, Spirit Energy Fest to a close. Visit the website. You'll find all of the details there. It's www.bit.ly/MBS Energy Fest. So it's going along the bottom of the screen there. We've also got some guest bonus sessions from people who have been attendees over the years. So we've got Arnica van Genderen, who is going to do a piece around the body. And also, oh my gosh, yeah, seeing is believing with the little masterclass she's going to do on what I call the life book. She probably has a different name for them. So she's going to be presenting. We've got a session with Linda Campling. She's a heart math trainer. So she will be doing a heart math session and an experiential for everyone who's attending the workshop. We have got Winifred Carnero, who is going to help us with the manifestation piece. If you have never seen someone manifest gold from their fingers, I am not kidding you. You've got to be there to see this for yourself. So she's going to talk about raising your energetic vibration. She'll talk about the amazing bath and shower salts and the energy and vibration that she puts into that, and giving us a bit of insight into how she does that. And then we've got Denise Davis with the quantum healing wand. So she's going to do a short talk and presentation. Bring the healing wand with her. So it's going to be there in the room, and you can get to find out a little bit more about that and experience some of that for yourself. So it's going to be amazing. I've just been sort of today thinking about how do I want to structure it all. So going back to basics with the mind piece, I went through 9 years worth of slides the last couple of days, just kind of looking at what we've done over the years. And as it just so happened, every single year there was something new that was introduced to the workshop, because during that time, since 2011, I became a soul plan reader, for example, introduced people to access consciousness, introduced people to Huna, Ho'oponopono, became a future life progression practitioner, core issue therapy. The list has been long and varied, and it just so happens that every year pretty much there's been something new, so people have experienced all of those wonderful processes over the years. And so what I've been doing for the last couple of days is going through all of the presentations, taking stock, seeing what we've done, deciding what's going to be in as one of the core pieces, looking at what's out. It was nice, but we don't need to do that again. And also, of course, assessing what we've got time for. But our plan is that we go out with a spectacular, fabulous bang. So if you are free, 28th of January, do come and join us. I would say the usual place, but it's had a name change. It's now Leonardo's Hotels. But yeah, we would love, love, love to see you there for the 10th and final Mind, Body, Spirit Energy Fest. And I will see if I can find the conversation with Vanessa for those of you who are into remote working, whether you're an employee or a leader and a manager. It was a brilliant discussion from all of those perspectives. So I'll see if I can find the link. If there is one, what I'll do is I'll add it to the comments as well, and I'll put it in the description if you happen to be watching this on YouTube. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you for watching. It's Marilyn Devonish here from transformationstm.com. I will leave it there. I look forward to seeing those of you who are joining us for the Mind, Body, Spirit Energy Fest on the 28th of January. And yeah, wishing you all a fabulous rest of your day, week, month, and year.